I remember a time, years ago, when I would enter public transport to go to work or university and feel like every eye was on me. I mean, some people were definitely looking at me, but most of the time it was actually happening just inside my mind. And my hands would shake and my heart would race, making it really hard to be in social situations. I would try to avoid talking or reading just to avoid embarrassing situations, with the shaky voice. And because I'm afraid to say things that don't make sense or misspeak a word, and people look with a side eye and be like, you don't even know how to speak, it's a shame at your age, or just laugh. So it was a bit difficult for me, to be honest. And because I know how difficult it is to live with social anxiety, I wanted to share my story with you and share some techniques that help me to reduce it, which can also help you. So if you struggle with social anxiety, keep listening to this podcast. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to my podcast, YouFirst. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about something that I know a lot of people struggle with, which is social anxiety. This is a topic that affects so many of us and can really impact our lives in a major way. I know it's tough, and I've been there myself, and sometimes it feels like it's never going to get any easier. But don't worry, because in this podcast I will give you some advices and tips that help me and can help you to reduce your anxiety and overcome it. So if you struggle with social anxiety, this podcast may interest you. So let's understand what is exactly social anxiety. Social anxiety is the fear of being judged or rejected in social situations. For many of us, this can lead to physical symptoms like racing hearts or palpitations, sweating and trembling, upset stomach or nausea, or emotional symptoms like intense fear of being judged, embarrassed, fear of being the center of attention, or worrying for days or weeks before a social event. And these symptoms can make social situations feel unbearable, whether it's a party, a presentation at work, or a first date. Social anxiety can really hold us back from enjoying the moment and connecting with others. Now, let's talk about where social anxiety comes from. There is not one straight answer for this question actually. Social anxiety can be caused by a mix of things like genetics, childhood experiences, and cultural influences. Some people might be more prone to social anxiety because it runs in their family. Others might have had a negative social experience in the past that lead to their anxiety. And in some cultures, there might be a lot of pressure to be social and outgoing. In others, being reserved or quiet might be more valued. If someone feels like they don't fit in with the norms of their culture, they might feel anxious in social situations. Now, I want to share with you 2 techniques that help me the most to reduce my anxiety. Those techniques are really powerful and simple. If you apply them, I guarantee good results, as just I saw on me. The first one is changing your mindset to focus less on what others think of you. Often, people with social anxiety worry excessively about how they are perceived by others, and this can lead to self-doubt, self-consciousness, and avoidance of social situations. By changing your mindset to accept that it's okay if some people don't like you, you can free yourself from the burden of trying to please everyone all the time. Remember, not everyone is going to like you, and that's okay. Everyone has different preferences, personalities, and experiences that shape their opinions and feelings towards others. So instead of focusing on whether people like you or not, try to focus on being true to yourself and living a fulfilling life. Surround yourself with people who support you and appreciate you, and don't waste time and energy on those who don't. Remember, changing your mindset is a process that takes time and practice. It's important to be patient and kind to yourself. The second technique is to face your fears. Avoiding social situations is a common coping mechanism for people with social anxiety. While this may provide temporary relief, in the long run, it can actually make social anxiety worse. By avoiding social situations, you are denying yourself the opportunity to face your fears and overcome your anxiety. While facing your fears can be uncomfortable and even scary at first, the more you expose yourself to these situations, the less anxious you will become. This is because your brain will start to recognize that these situations are not actually dangerous, and your anxiety response will gradually decrease. Okay everyone, so our podcast ends here. I hope that this podcast was helpful for you, and see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself, and always remember, you first.